Hello, let's continue. So we finished the last important part, I think, in the HTML. It's a form. Form is the only uh, attribute or element we are going to use to interact with the user. All the other are merely for the display or makes the page fancy, but the form is built for you to interact with the server side to do some interact between user and the server side. So let's do it quick. Let's first save form and then uh, HTML and then just call it form h1 form. So you can easily build up a page with less than 1 second with a header, and then we can open the form. Oh, sorry, form. Okay, now I have it. So let's start with how to indicate a form. If you click here, you see here we already create a form, and here's action. Action is which URL you're sending to. We are not going to cover this unless we have some backend service. Let's explore some element inside of form. The first important one is the input. The input box is the most common used element inside a form. Let's first use a label. Let's say what's that? For example, name. And here we put a name. Then we put the input box. Input box, what we are doing for is mainly content. After C, name is name, ID is name as well. Okay, as you can see, you already create a label called name to indicate what's input box is for, and then you put the input box. And let's see what other we have for the input box. For example, let's put a select box, label a gender, and then you can find a let's put a change line br. Okay, in the gender part, you can put the select box, and the name just call it gender. ID is gender as well. Select. Let's see what option we have. Option. We don't have maybe 2 options. First is male. The content, the value is what you pass you back, and the content inside is what you're displaying. You can even put 1 and 2, so it will be easier to make it seem really easier for you to understand, but it can be different. See, it's a drop down. You can choose the male or female. And below, let's go to the text box, text area. So you can put something like some comment. Just ID is comment as well. You can define the column and the rows. Let's put the change line. See, here is maybe that's the label as well. Comment. You see, the change line is not frequently used in the real world, but currently because we don't have CSS, so just use that to change a different line. What else? Below, a very common line is called button. This is why you try to submit. Let me delete that line. I want to put the button with the submit function, and the display shows the submit. You see, here's a submit, and after you click, it should submit. You can see in the URL. Let me copy and paste here. The URL already put what you select, the name as empty, gender is male, and comment is empty. If I put some value here, for example, hi, comment put hi, this is comment, and click submit. As you can see, what you submitted here. You can explore afterward to see how the data is submitted to the server side, but basically that's how it works now. Let's check some further on the multi-select bar, like the courses. Courses here we want to see have ability to select multiple. So select, and we want to have a three is enough. Option times 3. Okay, courses, and below we want to math, English, and maybe Chinese. Let's see right now. See how it looks like. If you don't put the multiple attribute, it will show the same as the gender, but we want make it you can select more than one. So in the select, you can put a multiple. Then you can see, of course, you can select multiple. And here, if you submit, you can see you already submit a list of the courses equal to English, courses equal to Chinese, and the courses equal to math. So you submit all of them to the backend. So it's very straightforward and simple for you to build a form. And there's another way to check what's all the attribute inside of the HTML form. You just go to W3 School. This one have all the description and explanation and also samples we have for HTML5. For example, these forms, you have different samples. You can also try yourself. For example, if you change something here and you run, it will automatically shows on the right hand side. That's what I'm saying. Even with like IDE, it has an online version. In the future, we can find out a bunch of very powerful one. But for now, let's keep it running on the local, because maybe in the school or in the class, you're not that convenient to use online IDE. So use the VS Code for now. It's very powerful at the first couple of months, or even in the future. Even in the real world, a lot of developers use VS Code as their first choice IDE. And also you can choose a web store where you cover the EDU account. And here, like F12, you can show the different layout. You can even see it in a different page, but usually I put at bottom. And click this button. You can also demonstrate the different size. For example, you can click that one. That's a mobile, and you can choose a different mobile screen size, mobile device screen size, so you can see how it dynamically works and simulates the action, which is very useful. This click button, this select button can select different element, and you can see what the element looks like, what the style sheet is display, and you can also edit it. We will use more when we go to the CSS part. For example, we want to put some border, maybe 1 pixel, solid, and right. Let me change the border to right. See, it's dynamically changed for you. So you can try different styling sheet and then copy it to your local spare sheet. for example, if I copy it here, copy the display here to the style segment, it will be behave the same. That's why very frequently you will use this one to do the real-time debug. Okay, that's pretty much everything I want to cover on the HTML page, and you can always explore more details for the different element. We have tons of them. I just cover the most frequent use. Use that as a dictionary. You can check and always need to learn because HTML also keep introducing the new concept like the video, the audio, and every different concept. But for the new beginner, I think currently you should have enough knowledge to build up your first web application, like multiple page application, and build a hyperlink to browser like internally, externally, go to different place in the page, go to the top, and then afterward we will go to the CSS. Then you can check how to build a beautiful display for your HTML page. That's pretty much it for today. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. Bye.